Good morning students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and also completed your work. So I have sent you yesterday one video. So in that we have discussed the book work. I hope you have done that. And I have also sent you English homework to be done in your reader notebooks. That were question answers of lesson number 2. So I hope you might be doing or you might have done. So today let's begin with a new poem, that is Teacher's Pest. So first of all, I would like to tell you what is a pest. A pest is just a animal or a thing that annoys you, that can kill anyone. So here we will talk about the pests in the form of spider. So it is the spider that we will talk about, and it is a scene of a classroom. A teacher is there, a normal routine is there, she enters the classroom, the students are there and she is taking the maths class. So let us see what happens next. What is the meaning of pest here in the poem and how it is connected to the classroom activities that is being shown in the poem. And this poem is written by Ron Mendrick. It is R-O-A-N-N Ron Mendrick. He is the poet of this poem, which you need to know and learn. Along with the name of the poem, as I have told you, it can be asked in the form of reading comprehension when I will give you stanza in the examination. So you should know the name of the poem as well as the poet. So let's start the reading part first. It was another day at school and teacher smiled with sweet concern. She turned to mathematics and encouraged us to learn. I sat in silence gloomily, twiddling both my thumbs. I tried my best to concentrate on multiplication sums. Teacher sat down in her chair, spectacles balanced on her nose, when suddenly she gasped aloud and like a statue froze. A spider has descended from its home up on the ceiling. Teacher sat there transfixed, quite affrighted with feeling. Her face turned into a pure white mask. Her eyes were glazed with fear. And as the spider peered at her, one thing was very clear. Teachers are also human. They have fears like you and me. That's what I learned in school today, and my heart is filled with glee. So, it's a very interesting poem. Did you get something from the poem? So, I hope you might have understood some part of the poem. So, let's study it in detail now. I'll go stanza wise and I'll write the difficult meanings on the board. You can note it down in your books with pencil along with me. So, it was another day at school and teacher smiled with sweet concern. As you can see in the picture, it's a scene of a classroom whereby we are told that it is another day at school. It means it's a usual routine that you go to school and teacher enters the classroom with a smile and she has a sweet concern. She wishes you good morning. Does she? Every teacher does so, and you also wishes your teacher good morning in the morning, and in the afternoon we wish her good afternoon. So this is a normal routine that we follow in the school daily. So we are talking of that only, that it was a normal day at school. We went to school, entered the classroom, and the teacher also enters. She wishes us good morning with a sweet smile. She turned to mathematics and encouraged us to learn. Now it was a mathematics class, and since it was a mathematics period, so teacher just asked us to open the mathematics books and she started with the sums of multiplication. I sat in silence gloomily. Sat in silence, I here is who? Who is speaking here? The poet, that is Ron Mendrick. He is talking about his own experience. He says, I sat in silence. Now the question arises, why he sat in silence? Gloomily. What is the meaning of gloomily? Gloomily is, you can note down the meanings. Feeling bored. When you don't like anything, you don't understand anything, then you don't feel right like writing anything. You feel bored, so you sit silently without taking interest in the subject. So the poet was feeling very bored since he was not able to get anything in multiplication in mathematics. I sat in silence very bored, twiddling both my thumbs. So what happens when you are feeling very sad and you don't understand anything in class? You just start playing with your thumbs like this. Does it happen with you in the class? Especially in social studies, many of you feel it a boring subject and you feel just playing with your thumbs, playing with your stationery that is there in your hand, or just looking at the pictures in the book, turning the pages. So this was a scene with the poet too. He was just twiddling, means just playing both with his thumbs. Twiddling here is playing. So he was playing with his thumbs. I tried my best to concentrate on multiplication sums. So here we come to know that the teacher was teaching what? Multiplication sums in mathematics, and the poet says he tried to concentrate at his full, but then he was unable to get anything. Teacher sat down in her chair, spectacles balanced on her nose. Now we get the picture of the teacher. What are the physical features of teacher? Just as it happens in your class also, when everything is done on the board, when ma'am has explained everything on the board, what does she do? She asks you to write it down in your notebooks, copy it down, and she sits on the chair. So same here, the teacher, after doing the multiplication sums on the board, she sits down on her chair and the spectacles are resting on her nose. Since her eyesight was weak, she was also wearing spectacles, as you can see in the picture. This is the teacher and she is wearing spectacles and the spectacles are resting on her nose. So when suddenly she gasped aloud and like a statue froze, then what happens? Suddenly what happens? There is a pest inside the classroom. The teacher sees a pest is there, a spider is there, and like a statue she froze. And after seeing that spider coming towards her, she just froze, means she could not move. She was just standing wherever she was. She was sitting just wherever she was. So when suddenly she gasped aloud, means she shouted aloud. Gasp is when you are fearful, then what comes from your mouth? A sudden cry is there. So she gasped aloud, she shouted aloud. And like a statue froze, and she became just like a statue. She could not move anymore. She was there at her position only. A spider has descended. Now we get the reason why it has happened. Descended means came down. Descended. It is came down from the roof. You might have seen the spiders in your homes also. They rest in the ceiling, on the top roof of your room. So what happens when it comes down? The teacher is really shocked. A spider has descended from its hoop up on the ceiling. Teacher sat there transfixed, quite affrighted with feeling. Transfixed. Now what is transfixed? She was unable to move. She did not move even a little from her chair. She remained as she was on her chair. Teacher sat there transfixed. Transfixed is frightened to move. She could not move. Quite affrighted with feeling. Affright is what? It is frightened only. So she was very, very frightened. She was scared of that spider. She didn't know what she should do now. Her face turned into a pure white mask. Her eyes were glazed with fear. Glazed means dull. See, when you fear something, when suddenly suppose terrible things come in front of you, if you happen to see a cockroach and you are scared of cockroach, or a lizard comes in front of you suddenly from behind the curtain, then what is the expression of your face? You become pale. The face becomes white and you are unable to move. So these were the feelings that the teacher would experience in that time. Her eyes were glazed with fear. So they were just looking fearful. There was fear in the eyes of the teacher and the face was turned white due to fear. And as the spider peered at her, what is peered now? Peered is looked. So now as the spider looked at her, one thing was very clear. Now let us see what was clear. Teachers are also human. They have fears like you and me. So teachers are also human beings, just like children can be scared of subjects. Children can be scared of wild animals like lion, deer. Children can be scared of cockroaches, lizards, spiders. So same way teachers are also scared of these type of pests. So they are also human beings like other people. That's why I learned in school today and my heart is filled with glee. Glee is what? Glee is happiness or satisfaction, you can say that also. So now what the poet is saying, that I found that teachers also fear just like I fear. So that was a lesson that I learned in the school and it gave me happiness to see that teachers also are human beings. They can also fear like other children, like other people, like our parents, like our relatives. So this was the story. This was the poem that the poet is trying to say, and he is trying to relate the classroom with the activities of the teachers, expressions of the teachers with the daily life. So I hope you have liked the poem. You have understood the poem. The difficult meanings are there. You can note it down in your books for the time being with pencil. We are going to do it in the notebook also. But again, what I want you to is, you will read the poem once again for yourself and just try to do the bookwork that is given on page number 28 of. So just see on page number 28, there are 3 multiple choice questions that you will be doing in the book itself with the pencil. Then coming to the C part, what is given to you is, you have to find out the rhyming words from the poem and you will write it down in your notebook. So what are rhyming words? That the words that sound the same. You will see the last word of the line, and from the first line it can be rhyming with the third line, first line, last word can rhyme with the third line last word, or the second line last word. So this way you will find the rhyming words. One I will show you. For example, just see here, concern, learn. If I see the last word of the second line and the last word of the fourth line, then these two words are similar in sound. Concern, learn, the same sound is coming. So these are known as rhyming words. So this way you have to find as many rhyming words are there in the poem and you will write down in your notebook. Apart from that, what you will do is, coming to D part, they have asked you that the spiders are important. Many people find spiders scary. They can be scary for some people, but then spiders are very important for the ecosystem. So this is the paragraph writing that I want you to write in your grammar notebooks. What you will do, you will give the heading paragraph writing in your grammar book and you will write the importance of spider in a paragraph form. So this is your homework, because spiders are really important for a ecosystem. For example, spiders, you might know that they eat mosquitoes. If they don't eat mosquitoes, they will bite us and there can be spread of many diseases. So this way there are many uses of spiders that you have to find out and you will write it in a paragraph form. So we'll meet in the next video now. Till then, you will complete your bookwork, that is multiple choice questions. You will write your rhyming words in the reader notebook, whereas your paragraph in your grammar notebooks. I hope today's work is clear. So we'll meet again, and once again I want to remind you of the storytelling competition that is coming ahead on 25th. So I hope you are preparing well for that. So just keep on preparing for that also, since it will enhance your fluency, English fluency, and you should just participate in all the activities that are there from the school side. It's a good platform to build up your confidence. So since you are all practicing and you know that what are the topics for your class, I once again just wish you good luck. Let us see who comes first, second, third from your class. So once again, stay tuned, stay safe.